Hey guys, Gaylord Supreme here, and today I'm going to be recapping and to an extent reviewing my first week of Inktober drawings. I'm for the most part pretty happy with these, but we're going to go over them one by one. I don't got much else to say on that, so let's just go to the first one. So for this first one, I'm pretty lukewarm on this. I'm not too happy with how it turned out, but I give myself a little slack because I drew it after quite a while of not drawing, and it was more just like a crappy warm up. So I'm not too mad about it, but it doesn't look good. Definitely, it doesn't look good. So yeah, I'd like to just forget this one happened and kind of move on from it for now, because I'm a lot more happy with the ones that come after this. So yeah, that's day one, and I hope I never have to look at it again. So here's my day two drawing. I'm definitely a lot happier about this one. There's a lot of things I really like about it. I think I got like the facial proportions of like the head and the neck pretty well, and like the perspective of that. I think the shading, like the really harsh shadows, turned out fairly good. And I really like the kind of texture I did inside of the head right there. How it's kind of like almost like ribbed. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it was quite the thing to draw. But I think it turned out pretty good, and the hand too. I think in terms of like, I'm not good at drawing hands. I don't think most people are. No one really likes drawing them, but I think the hand and like the shape of the fingers and stuff actually came out like pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. It's not my favorite of the ones I've done, but it's up there. I think it's pretty good. So here's my day three. The prompt was bait, and as you can see, and for the longest time, like for a while, I just did not know what I wanted to do for this one. So I initially I literally had no idea what I was gonna do. But eventually I got this idea of like a werewolf guy and like a sexy werewolf mannequin, like decoy, like luring him in. I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's probably not that funny, but anyway, this is what it looks like. It's not my favorite, but I think it turned out pretty decent. I like the texture on like his jeans. It's all right. It's okay. I like his face. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't got much else to say about this one. So here's day four. I was actually really happy with how this one turned out for a lot of reasons. I like how just the anatomy, like I'm really happy with just the general anatomy and how it turned out. Like I've said before, I'm not like a seasoned artist or anything. I feel like a lot of people you see on YouTube in the whole art sphere are like really experienced, and like a bunch of them have like gone to art school and they're all like professionals. I kind of have like no idea what I'm doing. I just kind of go with my gut when it comes to stuff. I don't have a crazy ton of technical knowledge, just what I've picked up from like watching my favorite art YouTubers and stuff. But I actually really like how this one turned out. This was when I learned that I could use the fill tool and just make it like fill a couple pixels out to get those outlines instead of doing them manually. And that's a great thing I think about Inktober is I've just been learning a lot about just drawing in general, but also about the software I use. Yeah, I definitely think Inktober has really given me both the motivation and just kind of like the reason to try and improve myself a lot more rapidly than I normally would. Yeah, and I definitely think it paid off, especially with this drawing. Like I really like how this one turned out. Both like just the anatomy I really like on this. Like I think it looks really solid, especially since I'm usually not that good with it. Like I usually, it takes me a long time usually, but I think this one came out pretty good, pretty natural, and also just the detail on the character. I think because like I usually have a hard time trying to, when I make something, like visualize actually giving it like clothes and like that sort of thing. Um, so yeah, I think this turned out really good. I like the boots. I like how those came out. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just really like this one, and I like the idea for it too. The kind of whole astronaut space vibe thing. I kind of like that. So yeah. And here's day 5. I actually made a video of the drawing process on this one. I'll have the link in the description since YouTube got rid of annotations. Otherwise, I would just put it up on screen now. I'm pretty happy with this one too. Like I see a couple problems with it, but you know that's just how it goes. I think overall it's a pretty decent, you know, piece of art. Yeah, I'm not upset with it. I think it's okay. I definitely think it could be better. I feel like if maybe in the future, if I become like a significantly better artist, which I hope I do, I'd be very disappointed if I don't. But I feel like in the future, once I become more, you know, capable, I might want to actually revisit this concept, because I feel like the idea I had in my head of how I wanted this to look didn't quite pan out. So I feel like once I have more ability, I might want to go over this one again and make it look a little bit cooler. But yeah, I think it actually came out pretty decent overall. Like I said, you can go watch the video I made on this specific drawing. That's me hitting my desk, I'm sorry. You can go watch the specific video I made on this one to, you know, hear all my in-depth thoughts on how I made it and how I, you know, feel about it. Yeah. And then day 6, honestly, I just skipped. I didn't do day 6. The thing was, there were 2 things. One, I was just feeling kind of burnt out. I was like, okay, wow, I've done one for every single day for 5 days, which is not something I thought I'd be capable of doing. I didn't think I would even get that far. And so then I was just like, okay, I really, like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I had the ability to do it on that day. And then also too, the prompt was husky, and like whenever I heard the word, whenever I saw the prompt, all I could think of was Moto Moto from Madagascar 2, and I just couldn't get that image out of my head. So yeah, I skipped day 6, and I don't feel too bad about it, because I've been putting in a decent amount of work, and I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the back and cut myself some slack. And yeah, I didn't do day 6 because I just couldn't get that hippo out of my mind. But now you get to watch me draw the day 7 prompt, which, if I'm remembering correctly, you'll see me when I actually draw in a minute. I gotta actually record myself doing that. Is enchanted. So I have something in mind for that. That should be fun. And we're gonna cut to that now. So I'm recording this on like the 16th. So yeah, so much for the whole week 1 recap thing. It is well past week 2 now, and I have not done a drawing since the day 7 one. So yeah, but you know, I did well enough, keeping up pretty much with the first week. And I guess this just means it's time to get excited for Inktober 2020, maybe. I could make all these excuses about how I was busy with school and all that. I mean, and that's partially it, but also I'm just lazy. So yeah, the Inktober stuff is kind of slowed down. I'm definitely planning on doing more of them though. I just need to get used to actually being productive. And yeah, that's not easy. I have a lot of trouble with the hand right here. So the prompt for yeah, it takes me a long time to get this hand. I'm not good at hands. I think it comes out kind of okay though. It's like a passable hand. But yeah, so the prompt for this day was enchanted, and initially I was gonna do, what did I even do? I think I drew an entire separate drawing. I had a lot of problems with this one, enchanted. Yeah, I did. So I literally did a completely other drawing that is long gone now. It's deleted, and I recorded it, and I was gonna use that one, but I didn't like it that much. So I just completely scrapped it and decided instead to do this, which my idea for this was like I don't know, I was having a hard idea, I was having a hard time thinking of like an idea for something that would be enchanted. So what I ended up settling on here was like I was thinking of like a crystal ball, maybe something with like a crystal ball, like that whole thing, and there could be like a witch maybe who would be doing something with the crystal ball. I don't know if witches are really related to crystal balls, but then I got the idea that the witch would actually have a crystal ball for a head and would be looking into her own actual human head or witch head, and this is what came out. I don't really know what's going on with this picture, but I think it turned out pretty well. I like the little face. I gotta get better at, I'm still developing a style. I'm gonna get better with faces and stuff. I like that kind of shape of face though, how it doesn't have, I don't know, because you try to compress things down into what is considered cute, and when it comes to the sides of faces, you have like the bumps and stuff where like the cheek is, and like the brow and stuff, and I feel like simplifying that ends up looking a bit more charming. I don't know if it actually works. That's just what I think, and it probably doesn't actually work, but yeah, that was my idea for it. And I think this drawing turned out well enough. You might hear a noise in the background, like a fan noise. That's my computer not really agreeing with me, because I watched the footage as I talk over it. So yeah, I have this footage sped up like 1,000% because I'm just not a fast artist. I actually like how the lighting came out here. I kind of like this really like harsh lighting. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I want to experiment more with like really harsh lighting like this. This hatching was hard. Hatching on a computer is not easy. Like hatching is so much easier just with traditional art, but on a computer, especially a screenless tablet, yeah, hatching is really hard because you gotta like be really careful with it. I don't know. But yeah, I like the kind of harsh lighting in this picture. It's something I'd like to experiment with more. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I think this turned out pretty decent though. I'm trying to even remember what my original drawing was. It was like because I did an entire other drawing. I almost forgot about it because I just didn't like it. I'm not sure if the lighting here makes sense, but whatever. But it was like a lady who'd been like turned into a tree, and she had like a hat on, and it had like leaves collected on it and stuff. But I just couldn't figure out how to draw that in a way that really represented like what I was trying to show. So I just ended up scrapping it, and I think this turned out a lot better anyway. So you know, I'm not mad about a botched drawing, because I think this one turned out better anyway, so it's fine. Here's just the last little parts, and yeah, this little thing I do, and yeah, that is the end of it. I think that looked pretty good on the head, actually. You can kind of cheat and use it as kind of faux shading, but yeah, this is the final drawing. I think it turned out pretty alright. It's not my favorite Inktober I've done, but I think it's pretty good. And I don't think I'm going to be making any videos on the rest of them. I think I'm going to do a few that I missed out on, and then I'll just try to, you know, start fresh and start from today, and you know, just try to get caught up. That might be pretty hard, but you know, I'll give it my best shot. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribing, or you know, you don't gotta subscribe, but I appreciate comments and stuff. Honestly, when it comes to YouTube, because I used to do videos a lot more. I have a whole ton of videos that I've privated now because I made them with a really crappy laptop, and I feel like I could definitely showcase things better now. But you know, comments have always really been the thing that I appreciate the most when it comes to interaction on YouTube videos. So, you know, if you like this video, leave a comment telling me what you think. And I have the video on my drawing process for my day 6 drawing. Yeah, day 6. No, day 5. I'm gonna put the link to that in the description if you want to check that out if you haven't seen it. And in the description will also be the link to my Twitter, where I'm pretty active, or I post all my drawings there as soon as I'm done with them. So if you want to see the stuff that doesn't go up on here, you can follow me on there. And that's it for this video. See you later.